Give me 1 second. Alrighty. It seems all is here. Give me 1 second. Okay, good. We got it. Last night or yesterday. Oh, come on, baby. Come on, push it, push it, push it. Shit. I'm gonna go ahead and take that right there. Give me 1 second, family. Give me a second, family. Oh, shit. Remember salt and pepper? Salt and pepper's here. Do 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 do. Give me a second. Give me a second. So the limit right there. Good. And so I'm gonna check on you. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Donna, pushing to the down. Pushing to the down. You know what I'm looking at. I'm in a bit early. Yes, baby. Let me say this. A couple of things I'm gonna say really, really quick, and I'm gonna play something really fun for you guys, and then we're gonna go to the charts, and I'll show you guys what I'm doing. Well, one of the things I'm doing, but I was. Some of you guys know Swaggy C. If you know Swaggy C, you've seen him on the internet. The type of 15. If you ever seen Swaggy C, the young Thundercat. Yeah. So me and a group of others, we were in a meeting, and that thing lasted like 3 hours last night with Swaggy, and I'm gonna meet with him again tonight. And so, if I learn anything important from him, I'll let y'all know. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Just really hearing his story, what really happened to him, and this and that. It was very interesting, very nice. Yeah, Chris Williams. Yeah, so it was really cool hanging out with him and just being able to ask him some questions and pick his brain. So if there's anything of importance, I got to meet with him again tonight. And so if I learn something I think you guys really need to know, then I'll bring it to your attention. You get me? But don't you say nothing, though. All right? I'm just trying to help y'all out. Help brother out. I'm just trying to help out. I want to make sure everybody prospers in this business. So I told you guys I'm a hungry learner of truth. There's always more that you can learn. There's always different things that you can learn. And as long as you have the attitude of humility, saying, you know what, Lord, I'm willing to learn. I know a lot, but I still know that there's always more I can learn. So you just be humble, and just admit, hey, I don't know everything. And so you constantly on this search for knowledge. Okay. But a lot of people, they're just so, you know, y'all know y'all know. Yeah, baby. Bang! I'm gonna get you too. Y'all give me a second. Uh, Short little thing. I'm sorry if you heard the noise in the back. We're gonna get to the charts. So just give me a minute. I'm multitasking today because this is Wednesday, but I have to do what I gotta do on something else I'm doing as well. So no, that's not what I want to put. See, I'm so distracted. I'm so tired, and I couldn't sleep. My mind doesn't shut down, and so actually didn't go to bed until I don't even know when, to be honest. And then I took me an allergy pill and ended up oversleeping. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me put this little. No, come on, Patrick. Get your brain together. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Get your brain together, brother. Yeah, right here. Okay, that's what we want. Yes, push on through, boo. Push through, boo. Push. Oh, Lord have mercy. Yes, yes, yes. Yams and ham. I don't eat ham, but yams, yams, yams. Yes, keep pushing, baby. Push, push, push. Push to the down. Push to the down. Yes, baby. All right. So I'm done with you. All right. But long story short, let me do two more things and then we'll get straight to the charts. And I actually will show you what I'm playing with. I've just decided to play with a live account myself because I haven't done that in a long time. I've been trading prop firms for so long. I forgot the freedom of just trading your own money. It felt weird, like I'm trading out of prison, like I got released out of prison. Because when you're trading prop firms, you have to trade under their umbrella, playing with their money, with their rules. And I respect that, no problem there. But, it's just different when you just actually can call your own shots. So that's where that lies. But sorry about if you heard the noise in the background, because my wife, she's brilliant. She is absolutely brilliant. She's always in meetings with administrators and this and that. She works from home. She's in the other office, but she wakes up early. She helps a lot of parents. One parent she helped, whose child just actually. This is why you want to, you got to respect instructors and teachers and so forth, because my wife, she does unique things in the educational field. But one of them is where a 13-year-old child is wild out and called the police on the stepdad who had raised him since he was 3 years old. And he's completely out of control. That's why he got removed from school and he has to learn from home. Okay. And my wife was just very straightforward with her. She said, Mama, you're part of the problem. She said, because you're allowing him at 13 years old to run the house. And now your husband is put out of his house, can't come back home. CPS is involved, even though he didn't do anything but hold the child in place or whatever, to get him under control, which he has a document in history. That's the reason why he got kicked out of school at 13 years old. And I respect Nancy. She said, you know what, Mom, you letting him, he has all the power in the house at 13. Can you imagine what he's going to do at 18? At 18. And so she began to talk to the parent, and the parent later on said, you know what, you're a teacher slash therapist. And that's why they call her Dr. Nancy. Nancy's a brilliant woman. But anyway, the noise was made because she's in a meeting now with several people, administrators or whatever she's doing. And I put the dishes away. I didn't have to. I put the dishes away. And why am I saying that? Because, guys, one thing I respect about my wife is when we're married and you're married to a woman who has leadership positions, it makes it very tough for many people, because she doesn't know how to turn off the boss chick in her head. So when she comes out of meetings and comes out of making that money, she's still boss chick, boss chick, boss chick. But a man doesn't marry a boss chick, he married a wife. But most women don't know how to turn that off. Okay, so it makes it difficult, and there's a lot of arguments in the house. I'm very glad that I'm not in that situation. We don't have boss this, boss that. Yeah, she's boss this. She got plaques on her wall. She has degrees. She went to several colleges and got prestigious colleges, got degrees and all this stuff. But when she gets done with her meetings and all that kind of stuff, she's nothing but my boo, my baby girl. And I love that she has that humble attitude. It's really refreshing to be with a woman like that. It's very rare that she can switch hats, kind of like a schizophrenic. She turns on boss chick hat, sits with the best of people, giving them instructions, teaching them, talking to parents and this, that, and the other. And then immediately she steps out of that office and she instantly turns back into a wife, just like that. And it's just so beautiful. So anyway, that's that. I'm very grateful for who I'm married to. Thank God for that. But that's where we don't have arguments.
Within the material world and see the forces at work.
One last bonus, and then let's go ahead and get to the charts, right? This is the meaning of 666. A lot of people are afraid of 666, 666. All right, watch this, and then we'll get started.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we explore one of the most widely misunderstood and often feared numbers in the world. A number that has sparked curiosity, speculation, and anxiety for generations, the number 666.
Oh, wait a minute. That ain't the right one.
To truly
it's this one.
I did some research for you. Do you know that every single letter in Hebrew is a number?
Write that down. You need to know that. So when God spoke to Moses and Joshua and Daniel and Joseph, he was speaking in numbers. The Hebrew language is the only language that comes in numbers. Some of you wonder why we use the term 666 for the beast. Well, the word beast in Hebrew is 3 letters, and they actually are all 6 in number. That's the word beast. So when the Bible says the beast shall appear and shall subjugate the earth and shall contaminate the temple, the word beast is 666, is a number. I did some research for you.
Y'all, I found that interesting. Isn't that something? It's just numbers. All right. So give me a second. Let me respond to this person. Uncle P here. All right, there we go. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let me get my charts up, and then we'll rock and roll. Oh, oh. All right, let me bring this on screen. Then I'll switch to the class account. This one here. Ooh. Yeah. Swag is a nice guy, though. I ain't gonna lie. He's really, really nice guy. Really nice guy. But I really respect his story. And I respect his wife, actually. She reminds me of Nancy. She don't let you give up on your dreams. She don't let you give up. All right, let me switch screens. If it wasn't for her, he wouldn't be who he is. She had checked him at one point because it was on TV on these what do you call that? One of them live shows, you know what I mean? Y'all see this? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Y'all seeing it right on the screen. It's one pair that's being hard-headed. Whatever I trade on this account goes to all of my accounts, my prop firms, and I actually had some money I have $500 and some dollars in my crypto account that was just sitting there doing absolutely nothing, waiting on XRP and some other things to move, and they've just been up and down, up and down, up and down. And it's like, okay, let me see. So as you can see right here, I started with $565, and it's already up $163. So can you flip small accounts? Absolutely. And look at the lot size I'm using on this. It's 0.5 and 0.10. So even if it goes upside down, which one of these are, and I'll show you that. Let's look at this one, which is Euro NZD. And I'll tell you, it was actually my mistake, but you can see it's already from 565.88 to 743. So that's exactly what is happening, because look, I'm up 434 pipperoos on this trade. So that's the same thing over there. So this is why a lot of people who did counting big pips and this and that, that's cool. You can count big pips because I'm showing you this right in front of your face. So you can clearly see that one. You can see that one. I'm up 92 pips on that one. And the GCAT is acting silly. So I got 2 positions and I'm only up 22 pips on that one. This is the ones where they got kind of happy, very, very happy last night with news. So I'm down 89 pips on that one. So I still have to wait for that one to drop. And this one is still 75 pips up. So as you can see, what else am I missing? Is there somebody else in there? Nope, that's it. So I just play with the Euro AUD, Euro NZD, GBP AUD, GBP NZD, and GCAD, just the G's and the A's. And I had already closed out AUD JPY, I'm sorry, AUD, USD. Oh, I should have held it. Oh, oh my goodness. Let me see something. Oh my goodness. Could have held that one. Oh, let me see something. I'm just showing y'all some stuff before we get into the charts. Uncle Pete, do you trade still on live account? Do you do this? No, I'm just showing y'all what I play with. Just play count. And when you use the right lot size, notice even look. All right. So watch this, y'all. Let's go back to this so we can get this clearly out your head. So now, see how it's dropping now? I already anticipated that. I just had to use patience. Some of y'all ain't got no patience at all. It hurts the life out of me. Somebody was trying to blow me up with email. You know what? I was flat out told him, I said, when we're doing good, bro, I never hear a single word from you. If we have a too much drawdown or a losing trade here or there because of something Trump did, he just writes a pen, signs an executive order, the market goes crazy. We get blamed for it. I said, bro, I hear nothing from you. You don't come to class. You don't say thank you when we're making all these pips for you guys and this and that. Nothing is said. But the moment something happened that ain't even our fault, here you go jumping on our back. And so I'm showing you guys, as you remember, you remember I was down how many pips? Somebody, how many pips was I? Give me a second. Okay, you're not there. Give me a second. Where's Lord knows I needed full screens. I've got so much stuff going on. All right, so let's see. Okay, so we're at 608 pips for you guys, and we still got some trades open and running. Let me swap over here. But all right, so let me get this out the way. Ooh, I got stuff all over the place, Jesus. How many pips was I down at first? Wasn't it 80 something pips already? I was down or something like that on that one, or was it this one? Look at that. Now I'm down only 35 pips. Y'all see, just that fast. I was 89, just in front of you. I'm literally in front of you. Literally in front of you. Literally. 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 Right in front of you. See, it requires patience. That's all you have to do is just relax. 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 This is right in, it was 89 pips on one and 80 something pips on another. I was in drawdown. And now I'm up 186 on this little tiny account. Because like I said, you know what? I might as well flip this little tiny account myself, instead of waiting for it to move up in my crypto portfolio when it ain't even budging. It's not going anywhere. So, that's that. Let's do something real quick. But this is all in front of you guys. You can check your charts yourself. Nobody can say, oh, Uncle P scamming people. Uncle P doing this and that. No, it's go to your own charts, sweetheart. Check for yourself. All right. So let me check this trade. All right. So I'm going to close this out for you guys who's in the CC group. Or maybe I'll let it run. Let's see. Y'all don't have no patience. That's the problem. Y'all don't have no patience. So here's a trade for you guys in the copycat group. I'm going to close it out in front of you guys. So I just made you another 32 pips live. Okay. So go ahead and mark that up on my board. Give me a second. So if yours in the copycat group, congratulations. I just made you some more pips. Okay. You woke up into money. Uncle P lost his sleep and you got yours. Okay. So that's 32. And I did lose, in fact, that balanced me right back out because I did lose a trade earlier on GBP AUD where it was news had hit it. It ended up spiking. It went against us, stopped us out, and that's cool. But I took a couple of more trades on it and cleaned it up and put us back in profit. So now we're actually up 640 pips on the copycat, but we do have several trades still running that has to come in, and we'll see how those are playing out for you guys. But AUD was one of those that was jumping up like a leapfrog. So ooh, I should head on to that one. Oh, Jesus. But if you're in the copycat group, this is one of your trades that's already running. So that one's in profit as well. Okay. And ooh. Oh. Lord have mercy. Yeah, UCAT is in profit as well for members of the copycat group. So you should be in profit as well on that. So all the remaining trades that are open for the copycat members should all be in profit. And that one loss, so we're 11-1 right now. And the one loss is mine. I take all responsibility for that, but I did just clean it up. Okay. Oh, Jesus. So nobody should be unhappy with the copycat family. All right, give me 1 second and I'll get to charts and start taking y'all's questions. I just want to get all this stuff out the way. And I apologize, but guess what, guys? I literally woke up late. I woke up late, like 13 minutes before I was supposed to do everything. All right, so there we go. This is where we are so far. And you can see this is my loss, but you guys, you can see we're up 640 pips. And this is in profit, as you clearly see. This is in profit. This one, I don't know how early we got in that one. That one wasn't mine, but either way it goes, it's going into profit if it's not already in profit. So basically, we're looking pretty good for the week. All right. And that's that. All right. What else am I forgetting? Oh, one thing important. Give me 1 second. Let me stop sharing just for a second, and then I'll start taking questions. Okay. I got to do something real quick. Is this cute to show y'all what I'm doing? I still gotta pay these bills. Give me 1 quick second. And my YouTube family, hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, you guys. Hey, Yuri, Dominic, Crypto, Tonya, and everybody else. Hello there, hello there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Great morning. Okay, let me get to this. And thank you guys for your patience. And Donna, welcome, welcome, it's Donna in the house. Ooh, I should have held on to this one. What do I? Ooh, from last week. Where we take this trade at? Oh, that's what y'all gonna love this trade. Watch, I'm gonna show you this one. This is one we took in class. See, from 1 week to another. Watch this. 1 week to another. Oh my God. And it made actually more if I would have paid it. Oh, I'll show y'all that one. Give me 1 second though. Just bear with me, please. Thank you. Thank you in advance. Thank you in advance. I still got 6 minutes on that one. Okay. Oh, where you going, boo? Where you going, boo? Oh, I shouldn't have. Oh my goodness. All right, where you going? Okay. Hope you follow through. Oh, Jesus, 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 Jesus. Mm, mm, mm. All right. I hope it breaks through. We got 5 minutes on that, 6 minutes on that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, let's put you up here so I can monitor you, so I can handle you really, really quick if need be. All right. Okay. Thank you guys for your patience, everybody. And now let me start sharing my screen again. Ooh-wee. So much going on at one time. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the charts today. And let me put this back on my screen so I'm not distracted. All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. Father, thank you for letting us be here today. And I pray that everything goes well. And I appreciate you. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, you guys. So here's a trade that we took last week. And let's mark this off so you guys can take a look. And this is what I'm saying. If some of you guys will actually just learn a little patience, because as soon as you enter a trade, you're expecting to be instantly profitable in minutes. You have no patience, nothing at all. I already know exactly what kind of trade this is. This was a sell trade. I put a mark where we entered at, and I'm going to drop down to the 15-minute. And I know this is one of these trades we took in class because this is a trade class. So let's move this over. Let me unlock these. And there it is, right there, right there. That was our entry. See that? Okay. See the entry? All right. 1 week later, I believe this was 1 week later. I want to make sure. Yeah, 217, but 2 weeks later. So 2 weeks ago. All right. So anyway, let's go to the 4 hour and take a look. So right now, this thing is up, and let me lock this back in place. So right now, this thing is up 317 pips in about 2 weeks. Okay. And if I was paying attention to it, it would have been a total of 483 pips in 2 weeks. Do you guys see why patience pays the bills? Do you understand what I'm saying here? Patience pays the bills. And with some of those trades that I got on my live account that I just showed you guys, yeah, I'm gonna hold them until the sunset. And I ain't tripping. I ain't in no rush to get out of it. I'll close them out if you're part of the copycat, because we get emails, and they whine. But then when they see trades where I'm showing 400, 500, 600 pips, then they be like, well, how do you do that? Because I have patience. You don't use patience. You always need you. I will share this where there was a question that came up that Swaggy had addressed, and I said, oh, this brother is so sharp. So a person said, I'm looking for the higher time frames, and then I enter my trades, but I still tend to get stopped out and this and that. Here's what Swaggy said. And I said, this brother's sharp. Nice little young kid, sharp as a whip. I said, that was the answer I would have gave this person too. Okay. He said, what you're doing is you're using you're doing your higher time frame analysis, but you're using a scalper's mentality. I'll repeat that. You're doing higher time frame analysis, but you're using a scalper's mentality. And he said, you're probably putting your stop loss way too tight. Ain't that sound like an answer Uncle P would have said? You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Type of 50 in the box if that's you. How long have I been saying the same thing? Same thing. Same thing. So if you look at this trade, you'll see right here, it's nothing more than what I've been teaching you guys, the Stairmaster. How do you know when the trade is going down? Well, simply look at the resistance levels. You can clearly see it was just like you was doing what? Walking down some stairs, like you're literally walking down a flight of stairs. Okay, that's all. That's it. Flight of stairs. Okay. So the moment it creates this lower high, and for people who are new, here's a high point, and then here's another high point, but isn't this high point lower than this one? If that's the case, then you have a lower high. And it's the same way opposite. If you have a low point and then it comes up and create another low point, or what they call a pullback, but this pullback is higher than this one, then you have an uptrend, and that's called higher highs. Higher lows and higher highs. So clearly this was in the downtrend. The sexy analyst already had the trend line right here. It's in a downtrend. There's no guess about it. Okay. It's downtrend. It's pretty much simple as that. Okay. Downtrend. All right. So bottom line is that when I see this, I'm not in a rush. Where am I going to put my stop loss? Above the prior step. Because if this is the high point, and here I am, let me just put my stop above the higher point. Okay. And all of this is pre-built in on the Sexy Analyst. Okay. The SA system. So if you want it, it's on the website, superezforex.com, or go to loveyourcharts.com and subscribe to it. It's just that simple. All this is pre-built in. One click, I know where everything is. One click. See, one click, which by the way, if I hold this will probably come back down. Okay. See, I can see it right here. Here's a high point, but here's another one. Is this one lower than this one? Yes, it is. So if I felt like holding it a little bit longer, okay, cool. But if I felt like getting out, I can do that too. But either way it goes, I'm in profit in a matter of 2 weeks, 300 pips, because I'm patient. So the one where you saw was already up 400 or some pips. Imagine that one where it's going to be in 2 weeks. Type of amen in the box if you understand what I'm saying. Type of amen in the box if you're getting this. Type of amen in the box if you're getting this. Oh, yeah. Come on, blast on through. Come on, blast on through. I'm looking at something else. I'm sorry, you guys. Come on down. Come on down, clown. Come on down. Yes, you do want to come on. Yes, you do. Come on. Come on. Come on down. Come on down. Come on. Come on down. Oh my, you playing around. Come on, just shoot on down. You know you want to. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Come on, boo. Quit playing. Quit playing. Quit playing. Well, I'm gonna let you sit too. All right. So is this making sense to you guys? This is how you make a lot of pips with less trades. Okay. This is how a lot of people who's making millions of dollars are doing it. They're not trying to, if you're trading in the Forex arena, they're not trying to take a lot of trades. They just focus on a couple of pairs and take some good entries. And then once they hold those good entries, only like two things is going to happen. Either it's going to hit your stop or it's going to be a winner. That's the only thing you have to worry about. What is it going to do? It has two choices. Okay. Either it's going to hit your stop or it's going to be a winner. So the worst case scenario, this thing would have came back and hit my stop and that's that. Okay. No big deal. Same thing like GBP AUD. It hit our stop, couldn't control it, can't control the markets. You know, like I said, with a stroke of a pen from your president, anything can be said, anything can happen, and boom, it is what it is. Okay. It is what it is. Okay. But that's why you put a stop loss or a protective order in place. So if it goes against you, you get knocked out, you know, whine a little bit and then you get into the next trade. Or you simply wait for it to regather itself. And once it does, guess what it's going to do? It's going to go back in formation and you get a reentry, which is what I did on GBP AUD. I didn't make a big deal of it. I was like, okay, I'll get you. I know where you're going. I know where you're going, boo. I know where you're going. Okay. So that's what I did. Okay. So same thing here. Just wait, wait, wait. Just be patient. Just be patient. Okay. Just be patient. All right. Questions. Go ahead and raise your hand if you have a question. All right. Reg, I got you. Go ahead and unmute. This is simple, basic stuff, guys. It's nothing, flamboyant or spectacular. Okay. Go ahead. Unmute. Go ahead, Reg.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
Fine, and you?
Good, good, good.
All right. Well, I'm kind of doing some, refresh. I'm kind of in a refresher mode because sometimes I know I write my notes down and stuff, and sometimes I look at them, but sometimes I still have to rewrite or reread my stuff. But I still want some type of clarification on some things, maybe,
Sure.
hopefully. Of course, one of them was there's no arrow, there's no trade, right?
Correct. You got it.
And hold on one moment, please, sir. And one of the agreements was, could you pull up a simplicity scanner with the too easy, please?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, not that one. It's with the what is it called? The the red the red square, the red rectangle, and the
Oh,
and
too easy. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
too
yeah.
easy, yeah,
I'm
too
sorry.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's Ocean Wave.
Yep. But this is the free system. You know, when you buy the too easy system, it comes with a free trading system, which is here. That's what
Okay,
this is. That's
because
what
I
you're
was
looking at.
yeah, because I was thinking, yeah. Let me see. Okay, all right. Um,
I don't add it on to here because it makes it too cluttery for me.
okay,
So I
all
know
right,
how to use it. I know what to look for. So
all
that's the
right.
reason why I don't add it. But we did build it for people who needed to see additional confirmation
Yeah,
of higher time frames right there. So you can see it right there.
yeah,
Higher time frame.
yeah, that's what it is right there. And I said no arrow, no trade. However, um, when the arrow comes out, still has to line up properly. Like if you get a
Yep,
like if you got a green arrow here, this the the trend surfer's got to be green, right?
that's correct.
Okay, all right. And this is also something an issue I've had when I'm trading. Sometimes when the setup would be good, setup everything would be right there, but is there some instances where the arrows don't show up at all?
Yes. Give me one quick second.
Okay, good, good,
Are
good.
you done with that? All right.
So there is.
Okay. Cool. Let's see. All right. Cool. All right. Okay. All right. So sorry about that. I had to take care of something else. Yeah, I'm acted up, Donna. Yam acted up. I didn't like Yam. Something just popped off. Give me 1 second, Reg. I got you, brother. I'm looking at something important.
All right,
Okay,
cool.
got you. Yeah, give me 1 second, bro.
Hmm.
Okay. Let me see you. Yeah, you did, right? Okay, so I know what I need to look for on you. Let's see. All right, got you. Bing, got you. I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second, Reg. Thank you for your patience. All right, I got you, nigga Raji. Trying to get Uncle Beezy. I'll get you. I'll get you. All right, so I'll leave that there for now. All right. Sorry about the distraction. All right, so let's go back over it. So when you was asking, you said it doesn't come out with the arrow sometimes, or not come out with an arrow. Go
No,
ahead and
with
restate your question.
let me see, where is that? Oh yeah, let's okay. Okay, this is good stuff right here. Like, let's look at that red daily dot up here, right here. The red
I
daily
can't see
dot.
the screen. Where you talking about?
There's a red right there, right there, right there.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that
yeah.
would be like that would be a perfect entry to get in.
Yeah,
But
right.
but are there going to be any instances where the setup could be right there and it's a perfect entry, but the arrow does not show up?
It could. Yes, it could. And so at that point, you can make a judgment call on whether you want to hop in or not, or just wait for a confirmation from the arrow. So will it be a little more risky? Yeah, it would be. But sometimes I take a little bit of risk and, it pays off. And if not, I always have to tell myself, okay, let's see this one. Okay, so this one is not working in my favor as we speak on my account. Why? Because it didn't have the arrow, right? So
Right.
this is certain times where you just say, okay, the heck with it, I'm gonna take a little bit of risk and let's see how it pops off. And if it goes against you, it goes against you. You have to be okay with it though. See, that's the problem with a lot of people. They jump into things that don't meet the rules, and then when it goes against us, they start crying and going off. Well, you knew it didn't meet your rules. So if you're gonna take a trade that's against your rules, be willing to suffer the consequences without whining and complaining about it because it is what it is. You knew that it didn't meet all the criteria.
You go
Okay.
to
And why,
go to
and
the
let's stop
chart.
for a moment, but let's ask the question, why don't we always wait for the rules? Why not? What's the real problem?
Uh, I think it's because some I'm not patient. Maybe
You
could
got it. It's always going to be the same thing. We're not patient. So therefore we're jumping the gun. And that's okay. We're jumping the gun because I don't feel like waiting. This is taking too long, and so I'm hopping in. I do all the time. I mess up. Again, it is what it is because you get bored and you're like, I know this one is going to go, and that's the word. I know it's going to go, and now you're trying to be Nostradamus as opposed to waiting for your full confirmations, and so therefore you pay the consequence for not waiting for the full confirmation. You get what I'm saying? But as long as you're okay with it and not going to whine and cry, it's all good. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. So, for an example, if I would have seen this one, I'm like, okay, man, I don't like coming down because my stop loss is going to be a little bit more roomy. So maybe if I'm seeing it touching all up on this thing right here, it's all smoothie and cushiony all up on that thing right there. So, okay, that was this right here in this area. So, okay, and this is just last night. Okay. All right. So I'm seeing all this. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe. But it come down and then the arrow comes in later. So a lot of people be like, no, but I don't want to take this arrow because it's coming in too late. And my stop loss is going to be too big. Well, what is the problem with that? What's the problem with that if you hear a person saying, well, my stop loss is too big? What do you think the problem is with that?
well, I mean, stop loss is too big. I mean, there's a you're gonna lose a lot of money if it goes in the other way.
Okay. Is that true?
I mean, if it's you're gonna lose a lot of money that goes in the other direction.
Is that really true? I want you guys to take some notes on what I'm talking about today, okay? Okay.
Okay.
Anytime a person complains about losing a lot of money, it is because they are using too big of a lot size.
Oh
Always.
yeah, yes, definitely.
A person had asked in the group that when we were meeting with Swaggy, and I already knew the answer. That's why I said some of this stuff, I just meet with these people and I sit quietly and I don't say anything because, it's just, I just want to see, am I missing anything or is there anything new I can learn to kind of share with you guys and kind of bring something new to the table with you guys. But truth be told, a lot of this is so basic, it's ridiculous. And that question came up from a person. I was like, oh God, I already know the answer to that. How much should I start out with trading with? What lot size should I use? Same answer I would have said. 0.01 or stand demo. Start with the smallest lot size because it's not just about not blowing your account. Write this down.
All
A
right.
lot of you guys, you can get a prop firm account for $100,000, prop firm account. But if you're going to climb the wall because you in drawdown and you're upside down by $100, then that means your emotional account cannot handle being overdrawn. You have
Okay.
100K account and you're crying over a drawdown of $100. And I'm not exaggerating because me and Donna gets silly, dumb emails like that.
$100,000 and you're worried about $100.
What
Uh,
is the real problem? You're trading with a lot size that you emotionally cannot handle. It's not just about the amount that you have in your account, it's also the amount of what you have in you. Can you handle drawdown? Because it's part of the game, it's going to happen.
all right. I said drawdown is part of the game. Okay.
But can you handle it? What can you emotionally handle? So you have two different accounts. Whenever you take a trade, you have basically two different accounts. Okay. All right. So for an example, this trade right here, I already know I'm in drawdown. Okay. See, I know I'm in drawdown. It hasn't hit my stop, but I know I'm in drawdown. But do you see me checking that account? No, I don't really care because I used a lot size that the most on that $700 account. I started with 500, got it up to 700 and something in less than a day and in just a few hours. So the most drawdown that one has got is like 20 something bucks. Okay. 20 or 30, maybe $50 of drawdown on this actual trade. Okay. So I don't really care. It's not that big of a deal. What makes me okay with not having to check it or treat it like what everybody else is doing? And by the way, you see it's starting to drop right back in where it's supposed to go. See, why am I cool and copacetic with that one? Because I'm not trading with a lot size that not only my account can handle, but that my emotions can handle. Whenever you trade, there are two accounts you're trading. You're trading your account with your broker, but you're also trading the account with your heart. Hope y'all writing this down. Because every time you click that button to take a trade, your adrenaline goes up, your distraction mode goes up, your emotions are off whack, and don't let the trade go in drawdown. Oh my God, your attitude goes in the wrong direction. Somebody, if you know I'm telling the truth, type of amen in the box. Okay. Everything about how you
You
feel.
see how I did type amen.
Yeah, but it's normal. It's normal. It's normal. And this has to be normalized. We don't want to feel the feelings that we have, this stress. Trading is so stressful. It's one of the easiest jobs in the world, but it's so much stress. And I'm going to tell you why. And this is why I keep telling people you don't have to believe in the Bible, but your belief or non belief doesn't make the principles of it not true. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. And it doesn't mean the heart beating in your chest, it means your emotional state. Wherever your money is, you're going to have some feelings about it. And so every time you take a trade, your emotions kick in because you're dealing with money. You're dealing with something that means something to you. I need my money. I need my money. But what problem is, and we do have a lot of traders, and you got to be honest with yourself. Not you, Reg, but I'm just talking generally. Okay. The question is this something that you should even be in? Because just because you want to trade to make money doesn't mean that you're in the right arena for what you can handle, because this is everyday normal. Your trades, when you enter them, it will look perfect. And then news will come out. Trump will sign something, and instantly the market will just start firing on. And sometimes it's going to hit your stop. Sometimes it's going to go in a big drawdown, whatever. And you got to be cool as a cucumber and just be like, oh, okay, ain't no big deal. The only way you're going to be able to get to that point, you and I both, is if you put a lot size on that's so small until you ain't even tripping one way or the other. Doesn't even matter. Ain't tripping. That's the only way to control that. And it's not about the account balance. Everybody keeps talking and asking about, well, what lot size should I use for my account balance? My account balance, my prop firm account is this size. I don't care. What account balance can your heart handle? If you're in drawdown by $50, can you handle it? If you're in drawdown by $100, can you handle it? Because I promise you, when you start being in drawdown by $5,000, you're going to start losing your freaking mind. Because if you can't handle being in drawdown for $5, how can you going to handle big accounts and be in drawdown by $5,000 and walk away and like, oh, okay. This is what these traders do. Cool as a cucumber, ain't no big deal. They're used to it. They've numbed themselves to the process because they know this is part of the process. Nothing you can do about it. Let me go back over to this one, Rich, and I'll show you another example. Okay. You see this trade right here?
Yes, sir.
See the arrow came in right here? Here's a good example.
Lined up too, and it lined up with everything.
Doesn't matter. I don't care nothing about that. Watch this.
Okay.
Arrow came in, went in profit. Here's the evidence now because it didn't go all the way down, but look, arrow came in, went in profit. Arrow came in, went in profit. Arrow came in, went in profit. Arrow came in, a little bit of profit, but it didn't go all the way. That's where you got the evidence now. But look, instantly in profit. Look at this trade. Arrow came in, profit, but then look what happened. Are you not, if you were taking this trade right now, would you not be in drawdown?
Yeah, you would be in drawdown.
You would be in drawdown. And how many people, if I was in this trade, would be blowing me up right now? Or saying, I want to cancel your service. I'm going to cancel your service. I'm going to cancel your service. And then later on, a week or two later, they realize, oh, I didn't see all that.
But isn't that some way that drawdown up here is like, isn't it still, I don't know if it's the right phrase to say this, but you still have to give it time to develop, something like that?
You think? What's the overall trend?
Overall trend is down.
What does this arrow say?
It says sell, which is
okay. In the right direction?
Yes.
Of course. But when we're dealing with people, the point is that are you okay with handling the fact that, all right, where would I have put my stop? All right. So if this is the high and this is higher, this is the higher, lower high. Okay, this is a lower high because here's a high point. Here's the yellow dots. Here's a lower high. Where would I put my stop? I would have put my stop right up here, above this one.
That's where I would have put my stop. That's why I would have put my stop loss.
Okay, so then now what is there left to do? Did it hit our stop loss? No, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
Are we in drawdown? Yeah.
Yes.
It's choppy.
Because it's the way
everybody wants this. Instantly in profit, instantly in profit, instantly in profit, instantly in profit, instantly in profit. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And number 6 was the one that started going sideways. Okay, well, it didn't go instantly in profit. What are we going to do? Are you going to keep whining and complaining? Or is your little emotional piggy bank going to be grown enough when you got your big boy drawers or your big girl panties on to say, you know what, I can handle it? Yeah, not every trade is going to go instantly into profit. Some are going to draw down and some are going to go against you as a loss. Can you handle it is the question. I got a 100K prop firm account. I don't care. Uncle P, I got a 50K prop firm account. How much should I use? I don't know. So here's why I always tell people who email that question, which we get that question quite often. I say always start with the demo account, even with our copier service. Start with a demo account. I know you're looking at all the different trades and this and that, but we're not always going to have winners because, again, at the stroke of a pen, the market can get disrupted by your president. At the stroke of a pen, all it takes is just chip, chip, chip. Market goes nuts. Nothing we can do about that. So the question is, if you start with a demo account, not only are you testing what lot size you feel comfortable with for your prop firm or your personal account, but number two, some of these trades are going to go right into profit and some are going to go and be just like something like this. At that point, you know what you can actually emotionally handle. It will test your emotional bank account. And then when you're comfortable and you say, okay, for my prop firm account to get past or whatever at this speed, but at the same time where I'm not going to lose my freaking mind or just be cussing at the job or getting an attitude at home, I know this is the lot size I can handle, and this is the lot size for the prop firm, and you match the two together and you make your own decision. That's why I don't tell people what lot size to use anymore. I always say start with the demo account because it's going to test your patience and it's also going to test your lot size for your prop firm account so you're not blowing it. You got two different things working against you at the same time. Is this making sense? I know I gave you a long answer, Reg, but this is making sense.
Yes.
This is where people are having a hard time. And I guarantee if you really trade it like Swaggy, I mean, almost everything he said I already knew. It was nothing new to me. I was like, okay, yeah, listen. But I said I was going to go. Okay, so I'll make a commitment. I'll still attend because it's another meeting tonight, and I'll attend. Okay, that's cool. But realistically, there's nothing said that I didn't know. But I will tell you this: that people like him, Dr. Elvis, and many other people, they trade from higher time frames. Period. Period. They don't even look at the 15-minute time frame. They don't look at that stuff. So when it goes into drawdown for them, it's like, oh, okay, you didn't tripping. Fact, Dr. Elvis, he'll hold something trades. He will hold them for months. He'll know where they're going for months. And he say, oh, for the next 3 months, this trade is going down. And he will hold the trade for 3 months. Why? He's been doing it a long time. So his emotional bank account can handle drawdown like it's nothing. That's why he gets upset when people bother him. Like, man, don't bother me. Get your weight up. Partner, get your weight up. Stop crying. It doesn't bother him. But that's why they make so much money. Okay. Did that clear?
Oh, yes, it did.
Yeah.
A lot of
They
it.
do not worry about stop losses. You talk about a tight stop loss with them, you might as well just leave the room and not be in the room with them. I'm just being honest. Dr. Elvis, and he's an undercover swaggy. He's an undercover swaggy. Y'all don't even know. I met his family, met him, so hung out with him. He's an undercover swaggy. He just don't show anything because he's not into material goods. He's into producing his music and stuff like that, which he's been in the news and all these different news stations in Jamaica and all these other places. So, that's where he puts his energy. But the truth of the matter is, yeah, he's an undercover swaggy. He got money, but he does the same thing swaggy does. They're all the same. It's all the same in the Forex arena. Now, if you go over to the futures market, then you're talking about scalping and you can be in and out, but then that's going to be a problem because if you don't get yourself exactly right, guess what? You're going to lose money fast. So you got to pick which one you can handle. Okay.
All right, cool.
All right, Reg, I got to get these other hands, brother.
All right, thanks. I got to go to work.
Yep. All right. Talk to you later. Guys, if that was helpful to you, type a 20 in the box. I'll make sure I'm giving you guys some good information. Okay. And this is why I like meeting with other people. I just want to pick their brains and see what they know. What makes them different? Am I doing anything different from them? Truth be told. Okay. All right. Jeff, go ahead and unmute.
Hey, Uncle P, how you doing, man?
All right. How are you?
I don't know why my thing keeps saying Jeff. My name is Justin. I got to go in there and change that.
Okay. Yeah. No big deal. I'll just call you Jay.
There you go. That's my wife calls me that. So hey,
Cool.
I don't know if you've gone over this already or not. Have you done a video on tying your MT4 to your VPS to your prop firm and MT4 account? Is there a video out about that?
I don't do that. You know why? Because there's so many YouTube videos on how to just everybody asks me about VPS. It's nothing more than just, you know how you log into your bank account online?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your VPS is literally a computer, but you're logging into it versus just turning it on and hitting a button to power it. That's all it is.
Copy. Copy.
The moment you log
Yeah,
into it,
I
it's
know. I've talked to you about that before. I just didn't know if you
yeah,
had
yeah, yeah.
a video that
Nope, I
like
don't
kind
want
of
to even get
demonstrates
into that
some of that
because
stuff. But
now,
I'll do my due diligence and go check it out.
but here's the truth, bro. I really just told you exactly how it works. Literally, that's all it is. That's why I won't even do a video on it because it's really a waste of time. Because literally, the moment you log into your VPS, which is basically an online computer, it's actually a physical computer in somebody's warehouse. Okay. It's a physical computer in somebody's warehouse, but they give you, in order to get access to their, have you ever, let me ask you this. Okay, by the way, you're doing it now. You're on the Zoom, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You zoomed and now you have access to see what I'm seeing, right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. A VPS is exactly the same thing. You use your username and password, and the moment you do, you're looking right at your computer. And it literally works, acts exact. It's a physical computer in somebody else's warehouse, but they will give you a Zoom link. And with the Zoom link, it will come with a username and password. And once you do it, you have access to use that computer any way you like, just like you would a computer right in front of your face. It's exactly the same thing. That's the only difference is instead of you hitting the power button to turn it on, you're just going to treat it like a Zoom link and put in the username, password, and you have access. And you can do exactly the same things with a physical computer that you do with a VPS. They make it a VP. I don't know why they call it virtual privates. They sound so sexy, but it's just a computer in somebody's warehouse.
Cool, man. Thank you, sir. Hey,
Yeah,
congrats,
yeah.
congrats on your anniversary too, man.
Oh, thank you. And was that helpful though on the
Yeah,
VPS?
sure. So
Yeah.
basically, if my computer freezes up, yours is still running. It's kind of the gist of it.
You got it. That's exactly the point. And in some areas, like I heard in Dallas yesterday, they had like 60 or 80-mile winds, you know, and power outages and this and that. So if you had a VPS or a online computer, it was somewhere else very, very secure in a place where they had backup power and everything else. So no matter what happens around the world, no matter what happens in that area, that computer will always be on. That's the only reason why people get VPSs. Because guess what? If something happened to my computer, then it'll turn itself off and I don't want to have that. So let me go ahead and rent somebody's computer in their warehouse. They'll send me an IP address with a username and password. And once I log in, then I have access to the computer. Same thing.
Keep doing what you're doing, man. You're doing great.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
See you.
All right. I don't see any other hands. All right. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm sorry. My camera's trying to follow me. Stop. Okay. All right. Let's go to okay, let's see. Ari, Aradale,
Yes,
Arendelle.
sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
got you. Did I say your name right?
Yeah, Randall.
Oh, Arando. Oh,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
that's cool. All right, cool, cool. What's happening?
Cool. Yeah, I had a question. I have the simplicity, um,
Mhm.
and I was trying to figure out the best time frame, like um to use it.
I'm so glad you said that. There was a mistake I made last night, which, by the way, I want you guys, thank you for asking your question because you reminded me of what I want to bring up to you guys. Uh, you know, when you're on the CB radio, them or used to hear them say, oh, 10-4, 10-4. Okay. You know, they be on the on the walkie-talkie. All right. They get done talking. I don't know why they say it, but they say 10-4, 10-4. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and unmute you again.
Yes, sir. Yep.
All right. You know, they say on the walkie-talkie, they say 10-4,
Yes.
over and out. Okay. 10-4, write that down in your notes. That's why I was so excited because I haven't traded a live account of my own money in a very long time. I've been trading prop firms for so long, and I violated a simple rule. So 10 is around 10 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look, see, news just came out. See that? See, this is what I'm telling you guys. See, stuff like this will happen. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get to your question. Look. Something, what just happened? I have no idea. No scheduled news events, no nothing. But look what just happened. Look at that. See? Y'all see? It just happened right in front of your face. See? And it just blows. Just shoots up for no reason at all. I don't know what just happened. Obviously, it was something just signed or something said in the White House or whatever. Who knows? I don't know. Literally, it's right in, see that? And this is why I'm telling you guys, we cannot control the markets. So if you go on the drawdown, sometimes it's going to happen. Nothing you can do about that. But hang on for the ride, wait for the market to calm down and resume and get back in its rhythm. But look, this is something that just, how do I know? Because it's flickering real fast. Everybody, it's flickering real fast. So that means something just got announced, something just got said, something just popped off somewhere around the world, and then this is going donkers. Okay, that is going to happen. That's why your trades will go in the drawdown, or that's why your stop loss will get hit, because it's just the nature of the beast. Okay, that's the way it is. Okay, sorry about the sidetrack, but I wanted to show you guys that because it happened right in front of us. All right, so go ahead and repeat your question, sir. I apologize.
Yeah. What is the best time frame to use simplicity? Because that's the one that I have, and I guess more specifically is, I guess where I get confused in is like the 1 hour versus the 4 hour. And the example, if you don't mind to use, is the US CAD. On the
Okay,
1 hour, it's a, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, on the 1 hour it's a sell, but in the
Mhm.
4 hour it's closer to the bottom box. So I'm brand new to it, so I'm just trying to see which one was the right direction and how to make the distinction.
Sure. So what most traders do, they will either use the daily time frame or the 4 hour time frame. Me, I like the 4 hour time frame. It's a little more hyperactive for me to get an analysis and say, okay, what are you doing? Okay, where are you really going? And that's where I use the 4 hour. Okay. Um, but for an example, here's something simple you can do. Just pick out a bunch of pairs and you can just actually set an alert and say, okay, when there's a 1 hour arrow, I'm just going to take it. And let's see what happens. You can do that as well. Look at this big monster you missed. Ooh, look at this one. See, this would have been a loss, but you had a nice winner here, loss, big winner there. Okay. So you can just even do it randomly if you want to do just off the 1 hour, just set an alerts and say, okay, I'm gonna start taking 1 hour trades and let's just play around and see what happens and just pick a few pairs and just see what happens. Okay. Look at this one. That was a winner. This was a winner, and this one is winning. So you can do that off the 1 hour. But if you want to do a little more deeper analysis, basically what you're doing is you, like, for an example, how do I know where this is going? Okay. How do I know? Because if you look in the tutorial in the 415 strategy, 415 means you're checking the 4 hour time frame and you're waiting for an entry on the what? 15-minute.
15 minutes. Yep.
See that? So what was the 4 hour saying? What's the rule in the 4 hour 415 strategy? How many candles need to be touching the top of this zone?
I think it was two or three. I'm trying to remember. I think it was
Got
two
it.
or
Two
three.
or more
Yeah.
candles. Do we have two
Yep.
or more right here?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, sure we do. And the next thing you do is simply wait for the 15-minute arrow. And there it was. See? So on the first move down, you made about 78 pips. Okay. Then it came back up and then it's dropping some more. Okay. But on the first move down, you made 78 pips. See? Just that simple. Follow the rules. Follow the rules. 415er.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for that, because that made more
Sure,
more
sure.
more sense. Yeah.
Same thing down here. See? Once it's down in this bottom basement, I'm okay. I see you. Next thing I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna wait for the arrow to confirm when it's time for me to get in. So you're using a higher time frame to say, hey, is it at the bottom or is it at the top? And if it is, all right, now let's go. Okay, let's go. I'm just simply waiting for the arrow. The other way of doing it, which is actually safer, let's go back to this one. Instead of trying to pick tops and bottoms, which, by the way, this one is now at the turning point. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out because this was done. That's enough of that one. It's created its bottom, and now it's trying to work its way back up. It may stop here and come back down, but who cares? It's already made enough pips. We had 300 on this one, so I've proved the point. So the first thing you can do, another way of doing it is, are you familiar with higher highs and higher lows?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here's the first high point. Wait for a drop down, wait for a pullback, and this is still high point, but is it lower than this one? Yes. So this is your higher low. So now you're not trying to pick tops and bottoms. The top has already been established or the bottom has already been established. So now let's put a mark right here and we simply wait. And I call this one the Stairmaster because it's like you're literally walking down stairs. Okay. And still a
Got it.
415. Still 415. But watch this. So y'all, this is what I'm talking about. I'm so grateful this happened because people think that we control the markets. When you're in a trade, you don't control nothing. Anything, I don't know what just popped off. If anybody can help me out with that in the chat, that'd be nice. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. It just pops. It just be like, dang, I don't know. This is the nature of the beast we're in. All right, so let's move this on over and see if we can find that arrow. Okay. You know what it would have been easier, bro? Let me do this. Let me just get my crosshairs and go to that date. And that would have been the 14th. Oh, my wedding anniversary. Yeah, that's our wedding anniversary. Valentine's Day. All right, so now we're going to get down to the 15-minute and go to Valentine's Day. And let's scoot, scoot, scoot. Oop, I done went past it now. Where are you? Oh, where are you, boo? Give me a second, bro. I'm going to find it. And this is another way you can use the 415er. 4 hour means simply you're checking the 4 hour for an analysis, and 15 means you're just waiting on a good entry. That's all it simply means. Okay. And I think this was it. Where is it? Yeah, right here. Right there. That is, no, that's the 17th. I apologize. So I think it's this one right here. That one is the 12th. No, that's the 13th. And it's just the 14th, 17th. No. So it probably was this one here. Might got my date wrong. But either way it goes, it's right here. It's basically what we're looking for. So it had to be this one right here. And then it drop down. So somewhere around here. But either way it goes, you got the arrow right there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that clarifies. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, because see, it was around that time because see, it hovered in this area first for a little while before the drop happened. Okay, so you can see it hung around, and these are 4 hour candles. So that means it hung around. So it was around the 12th when it actually got the arrow. And then you had to wait, and then the drop happened. That's what happened. So yeah, Will's right. That was right, which is cool. So that's another way. So bottom line is I ended the trade on that level. And then as far as the stop loss, I'm going to put it above the next level prior, because if that's the prior high point, then it shouldn't bump above that. Okay. So basically I'm going to put my stop a little bit above there so that if it breaks through, it will maybe retest this area and then come back down, but hopefully it'll just stay stuck at this level and do like it been doing, drop. Then it created another high. You wait for a 15-minute arrow, and where you're going to put your stop? Right above this level. And it dropped big. Then it pulled back, and you're going to constantly rinse and repeat. If you get an arrow on this 15-minute, you're going to put your stop above that level. And it dropped huge. And then it popped up and did the same thing here. Okay. Now, this one doesn't have a prior high. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to use this level here. Okay. Just a little bit. I'm going to put it this close because here's a previous high, which you could have used that one, but I'm going to bump it up just a little bit more, give it some breathing room. And guess what happened? It dropped major. So that's all you do. Because now you're not trying to pick the actual top like I'm doing on this one, trying to pick the actual top. So it's dropping down. Thank you, Jesus. It's dropping down, but this was not a lower high. This was just an actual high. Hopefully this is it. That's what I'm saying to myself. Hopefully this is it. But if not, then it'll go up higher or it'll drop lower. But the safer way would have been, let me see if I can find one for you. when that's in the downtrend. Give me a second. Let me try to find one more example. Here's an NJ, did the same thing. Here's a high point, okay, drop down. This was what I was talking about here, brother. See how this one, it didn't create a lower high, it created a retest of the same high, which is why I was telling you, if it was me, put my stop, I would give it a little bit of breathing room. And what it did was it came down, and instead of creating a lower high, it created a retest of the same high. But eventually it did the same thing, and then you start having your lower highs. Boom, 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 and it did the same thing, okay? So you're not picking the tops. So right here, void it, wait for this, and this said, okay, if it's not breaking above this level, that's a good one. And then here's the next one, you put your stop there. Here's the next one, put your stop there. Here's the next one. Now this is a big one here, so I would have put my stop right here, okay? You've just given it enough breathing room, so if it does like we just saw on just now where the news come out and it sparks, you don't want to constantly get stopped out over every little thing. So that's why we give it a little breathing room. And what time frame am I using to put my stop losses?
15.
Am I?
Let me see.
Look at my
4
screen.
hour. 4 hour.
Exactly.
No, it was hard. Yeah, sorry. I was using my phone.
See, this is what
Yeah.
Swaggy was talking about as well. Because what
Yeah.
people do, you doing all of your analysis is being done on what time frame?
4 hour.
Okay, so then why are you going to choose a 15-minute stop loss? You're only using the 15 for the entry. But people wonder why they keep stopped out, because you clearly seen, okay, even here, this is why I was telling you, on this one here, what did I tell you? It created the first lower high. What did I tell you? I said sometimes it's not going to create a lower high. It may retest the exact same high. So what do? That's why I don't, excuse me, I don't know why, I thought I closed it straight up. Let me do it. Oops. Oh, that was a limit order somewhere right there. All right, I close out the main order, and that's the limit order. All right, so anyway, this one here, you see, this was established. It created a lower high, so you know it's in the downtrend. Sometimes it's going to do exactly like this, where guess what? It's going to come down, retest, but it's going to come all the way up and retest the same exact level over here, which is, again, why I put my stop loss a little bit above the previous high. I don't put it exactly on it because this can happen. And what happened afterwards? It ended up dropping and then dropping and dropping. What time frame am I using to do all of this talking to you? Have I ever went to the 15-minute to do any of this analysis?
No.
Not a single time. But what people will do, they'll take a trade and they'll enter on the trade and they'll enter on the 15-minute and they start using the 15-minute time frame to start doing their stop loss as well, knowing good and gosh darn well that there's a high probability that that thing gonna pop you. See? Because they're trying to keep a tight stop loss. So the arrow comes in, well, I'm gonna put my stop loss right above this high. And look what happened. They got popped right here. You see that?
Yes, sir.
And they're right here, popped. Why? Because you had no business putting your stop loss that tight when you was doing all of your analysis on this time frame here. Look at you right here. Here's where the stop loss was. And this is common where people are putting their stop loss from the 15-minute time frame. I only told you to get the arrow from the 15-minute to tell you where to enter. But everything else should be done from the higher time frame. So clearly, sir, look at this. We've already established that level, didn't we?
Yes, sir.
No, just cover. Okay, and I'll let you go. I'm sorry for talking so much, but I want to make sure everybody's getting this. All right, so I'm gonna make this in green. We already established this is the level. Here's where the 15-minute entry and the 15-minute stop loss was being placed. Weren't they begging to get stopped out? Yeah. Your stop loss should have been above that level. And you were clear to go. Clear. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to still never get stopped out. You will, but that's okay because you can accept sometimes news is going to push it, nothing you can do. But was it due to me making mistakes? Because a person in the group last night was saying, well, I'm constantly getting stopped out. I already knew the answer before he said it. I said, they're making the same mistake most retail traders do. You're doing a higher time frame analysis and going lower time frame for entry and for your stop. You should not be doing that. You should not. If these are the highs, I want my stop loss above it. So then here's the question. I'll let you go on this. Why are people insisting on putting stop losses using the lower time frame? Why are they doing that?
That's a good question. I don't know. 'Cause I don't trade like that. I presume probably to manage risk, maybe.
Okay, you close. Somebody type in the box. Type, Rob got it. Greed. Greed. They want to use the biggest lot size with the smallest stop loss, so therefore they can make the most money off of the one trade. In other words, they're trying to hit home runs on every trade they take. I'll
Got
repeat
it.
that. Hit home runs on every trade they take. So therefore, they're trying to use a lot size that's way too big for their account, and they're trying to use a tiny stop loss, but they're constantly getting stopped out, and they wonder why. What you should have done was lower your lot size and use a bigger stop. And I'll repeat that. Put this in your note. You guys know it's not you, sir, but because we got other people watching, and several hundreds of people going to watch this later. The biggest problem that retail traders are doing, and why you will never be like many of the successful people who you're trying to be in the room and get to talk to and this and that, and you see their success, is because you're doing the exact opposite of what they do. The retail trader uses a big lot size and a small stop. The professionals use a small lot size and a big stop. They reverse everything that everybody else do. So every time you keep going and watching these successful people, especially in the Forex arena, they're doing the very opposite of what you do. They always do their analysis from higher time, and they always use smaller lot sizes so they can use a roomier stop loss. They don't care about how fast they're going to make the money. They're more about making sure their routine is down packed. And they don't want to get stopped out. I don't like getting stopped out. That's why Dr. Elvis, he was one of the biggest ones who taught me that. That brother will use 100 pip stop loss like it ain't nothing, because he knows eventually where it's going to go. He don't want to get stopped out over foolishness. That's why. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. So sorry for the long answer, brother.
No, thank you.
All right. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. All right. Let me get to this last hand, and I got to bounce. All right. Let's go to Jeremy. Jeremy, go ahead and unmute.
Yes, sir, Uncle P. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing all right, man.
So I'm gonna make this real. I'm gonna make this real quick. It's kind of a question, but then it's really not. It's kind of like a testimony.
Okay.
So when I started with you, I started with simplicity, and I kind of want to give you your flowers because I was in and out of trading, and I'm kind of back now. And when I say this, that which I know you have other systems. But I will say this, simplicity has literally, and I'm at work right now, so I'm not in front of my laptop, but simplicity is still one of the most effective systems in the world. And the one thing, like you said, one thing that I think Rob said in the chat, people get greed, and I've did it before too. I've been on the 15, and I set my stop loss above the box, and I'm saying, okay, man, I know it goes above the box, but then a lot of times it's like you need to be putting it on the 4, because on the 4 hour above the box, when you get your arrow on the 15, and some people want that money so bad. They want it so bad because they got bills to pay, or they got family to feed, or they they got this going on. But I'm here to say this, y'all, for anybody that's listening and probably still on the fence of being completely in this group, y'all, you're not gonna find a better group anywhere else. I'm telling you, Uncle P is gonna be straightforward with you. And for anybody that's in this group that you're still on the fence about whether you're still thinking about other systems or you're new to the group, I'm telling y'all this now. You're not gonna find anywhere else that's better than this group. And Uncle P is the real deal. I just appreciate you, my brother, because
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
because now I'm at a different job now, to where I actually work for my city, And now I drive around doing, the water groups and doing water pipelines and sewage lines. And so now I
Mm,
still can chime in. I still can chime into the classes and still
yeah.
trade at the same time now. And I can get back to it. But I love the other systems, but simplicity, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Simplicity has got to be the easiest, most effective system in the world. Just set it and go, y'all. Just
Yep.
set it and go. You don't have to sit there and watch it. Because I'm
Yep.
telling you now, the people behind these markets are gonna do what they're gonna do, y'all, regardless. They're gonna do what they're gonna do regardless. So it's nothing you can do. Just set it and go and
That's
have
right.
and go about your life because it's nothing gonna change. It's gonna be the same thing every single day. So
And
I
by the
just I
way,
just want to I just want to thank you, my brother.
I appreciate you. And by the way, just so everybody's aware, um, all of these market makers and institutional traders and all these different things, they never use lower time frames. Never. So the reason why is because they're dealing with millions of dollars. They can't risk these tight stop losses. And look at this. Look at this. This literally happened right in front of us. It was a quick news event, and somebody typed in the group, whoever that was. Thank you very much. They said ISM manufacturing numbers came out for the U.S. And so that's the reason why the market started spiking and jumping. That's my point. So you can see right here, look, from the higher time frame, you can clearly see it's still in the downtrend. So even though it spiked up and did that little quick move, look at where it's
Mhm.
going, right back down again. So this is
And
why
and
the higher time frame in
and
the
EU and,
institution.
and EU did the same thing, Uncle P. I was on EU this morning, right? And that's the question. I wanted to kind of ask that question, but you really answered it for me. Like you really answered it for me this morning because I was getting frustrated. I lost
Mhm,
EU this morning. And I was
mhm.
in a trade this morning before I left on EU. It did a double bottle, and I'm not
Yep.
for sure if I left too early or not. On
Mhm,
the arrow on EU, I'm not for sure because I left the house kind of early. So
mhm.
I think I got in, and before I knew it, I know it didn't have any news, but for some reason it was just spiking, and it did two spikes to the top. And for anybody in that trade, don't get discouraged, y'all. It's nothing
Yeah.
we can really do. So I just kind of want to say that, and and and
No,
and
by
I
the way,
just
I'm glad you brought that point up. Let me share this with you guys because I didn't complete my 10-4 concept. 10-4, over and out, 10-4 like a walkie
uh-huh.
talkie, 10-4. One of the things that put me into drawdown was because my timing was off. Because that was another thing that was discussed in the group last night, and I was like, I already know that, but sometimes you need a reminder about it because guess what? I was like, oh, I got so excited. I don't ever like taking trades um, during the Asian session unless it's a JPY pair because around literally around 10 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, regardless of what happened during the Asian session, is going to pull back. And the more it pulls back, the better entry it is for you. So for those who like using smaller stop losses, use patience. So at the end of 10 to 11 p.m., what you want to do is, for me, I like looking at the AUD and NZD pairs at that time. I don't like looking at the euros and I don't like looking at the GBPs. Okay. Why? Because their market hasn't opened. So at 10 to 11 p.m., if I see setups on the AUD pairs or NZD pairs or the JPYs, I'm okay, cool. Because their session has already opened up. They have already manipulated, did what they're going to do, and they're pretty much done for today. So around 10 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on New York time, that's the best time to start looking because now they did the Royal Rumble, tore up a lot of people's accounts, and now you looking and say, okay, what is legitimately left? And if there's a great setup, then you take it. Even if you get an arrow from the scanner, sometimes I will still wait until 10 to 11 p.m. because I know they're going to purposely pull it back to do their final janky move against people. And therefore, okay, cool. So then the AUDs and the NZDs and the JPYs, that's about the best time to start looking at those 10 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, Euros and the GBP pairs, those are the ones that I don't want to look at until around 4 to 5 a.m. Why? Because the London session and the Frankfurt, which nobody ever talks about, and realistically, in my opinion, the Frankfurt session does more damage than the London session. Most people talk about London, but Frankfurt tears your accounts up. Frankfurt opens up 1 hour before London. So London opens up at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Frankfurt opens up 1 hour before that, which is 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the Frankfurt and then the London session, they overlap and start killing people's accounts. This is why you'll take trades before you go to bed if you're in the US, and then you wake up and the thing is either in drawdown or it has just ripped your account and hit your stops, because they opened up and they start tearing people's accounts up. Okay. So you want to wait until after that storm is over. What am I trying to tell you guys? Wait till these session storms are over. If you want to trade the Asian session pairs, AUD, NZD, CHF, JPY, don't trade it during its session. Trade it afterwards. Why? Because they've manipulated. The banks and institutions can play with it. News events for those sessions are over. And then it now calmed down and you're left with some legitimacy of what it really is. And that's around 10 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for those pairs. The Euro and the GBPs have not opened up yet. So you got to wait for them to do their messing around. Okay. And that's not going to be finished until around 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when it's a good time to start looking at those pairs. So, and look at this. See, look, see how this thing dropping right back in formation. Distraction, sorry. So what I did was I was looking and I just was tripping, just was tripping. So that's the reason why this one went into drawdown on me, because it was a Euro pair and I jumped in it during the Asian time, at the end of Asian time, but I didn't wait for its session to get done. And when their session opened up, London had news. Same thing that just happened on the US. It had news. Okay. So when the news came out, it popped it up and see, and see, I could have just waited and I would have got a better entry if I would have waited. And this is where a lot of people are messing up. It's not that your analysis is wrong. It's nothing like that. You just have to wait until at the end of each one of these sessions to slow down. And a couple hours after they slow down, then sometimes it's the best time to find it, because they have news coming out and you didn't realize it or anything. It's just manipulation, and it's all kinds of stuff just happens. And so the first hour or two is just really not good. It's not the best time. Let that pass. Let the storm pass. So we can call it a storm passer. Just wait till the storms pass. At the end of each session, let the storm pass. So 10-4 means 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. AUD, NZD, CHF, JPYs. Well, JPYs I trade during a session, but AUDs and NZDs, that's the time I want to look. If it has to do with Euro or the GBP, 10-4. Okay, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, I'm going to start looking at y'all. Y'all already manipulated, stop on it, news, whatever, and now you're calm and I'll come on afterwards. Okay, make sense?
Appreciate it, Uncle Pete.
Thank you, sir. All right, you guys, that's going to be it for today. I'm going to go ahead and head on out. Thank you, Miss Donna. Hopefully this information was very helpful to you guys. We unpacked a lot of information. As I said, I'm going to be meeting again with Swaggy tonight. So, picking his brain for some things. If there's anything significant that comes out of it, I'll let you guys know in next class. So far, what I'm hearing is just absolutely the same thing I've been teaching you guys. So what is that telling you? Truth be told, there's really nothing different between you and them that's making a lot of money. Okay, it's nothing different. Okay, nothing other than, number one, only trade what you can emotionally handle. Don't keep telling me about your account balance. I don't even care, because this is one of the biggest problems we're having with people in the copycat family. They will whine, complain, want to cancel, and then the very next day, the trade will go right in their favor, and you already canceled. So you taking a loss because you didn't have the comprehension to say, maybe I need to chill and take a step back and relax. Maybe that's why I'm never making money in this business. It's not just about the trades, it's the psychology. I can't emotionally handle this. And if that's you, you got to be honest. Maybe this ain't the right field for you. I know most people will never tell you that, but I'm being honest. This is why, let me say this before we go, because this is something else that came up, and I said, oh God, this sounds like something I said. Okay, y'all, just give me 5 minutes if you really need to hear this. I said he should have just turned it over and say, Uncle Pete, can you answer this question? Because I could have did a much better job talking about this than he did. But he did the best he could, and I get it. Okay. He doesn't have my background. Uh, Part of my background is I am a certified life coach. Okay. And so is Nancy. We are actually certified life coaches. I've performed marriage ceremonies. I used to be a wedding coordinator. A lot of y'all don't know anything about Uncle Pete. This is why I said whoever talking about me can kiss my behind. They don't know me. I used to be a wedding coordinator. I used to coordinate big weddings and this and that. And in addition to that, I had created my own curriculum years ago on relationships, because when it comes to relationships, you get the typical counselor talk, 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 but they don't really dive deep into more than that. So when you go to a typical marriage counselor, you're going to get basic stuff where they're just playing referee, asking questions. So how do you feel, John? John, did you hear what Susan said? Susan, did you hear what John said? And they're really not helpful. They're just like a referee, just trying to force you to do one thing. You paying these counselors all this money to do one simple thing: force each one of the others to listen to each other. And you're paying them for that, which is something you could have did at home. And so you come to the counselor, you pay them all this money, and you trying to constantly tell them your side of the story, and you telling their side of the story, and y'all constantly arguing in front of this person, hoping this person take your side. But then they say, yes, I heard you. And they confirm you to make you feel good that you've been heard. And then they're trying to convince your partner to say, hey, are you listening to the other person? And then vice versa. And it's like tennis ball back and forth. So a counselor is really there to help you understand you've been heard, but you also need to hear. That's what you're paying them for. And people still end up in divorce court. So I spent many years as a divorce counselor. I've spoken on stages. I used to teach classes about this, and I was a divorce recovery person for years, helping people go through the process of divorce and recover it. Get your life back on track and try to, not be stuck in that moment. I did that for many years. Why am I saying all that? It allowed me to see things about relationships differently, even when it comes to trading. And this question that came up last night, and I said, oh, he should have just turned the mic on to me. I would have done a much better job. Because the question is, somebody had asked, well, what do you do if you're trying to trade, but your significant other is against you? This is a very valid question. Very valid. I want to trade for a living, but then this, and this. Okay. And you're going to have some significant others who are going to be behind you and got your back. Like, I'm married to somebody. She never says anything. Even when she knew it was wrong and things were not working out, she never came against me, not one time. She always just gave me words of encouragement. Keep on going, baby. You're going to be okay. You're going to be all right. Swaggy talked about when they was on reality TV shows, a couple of them. And he was talking about even when he was on some of these reality TV shows and they were making a little bit of money, but he started losing money when he was trading because he was more focused on the reality TV show. When in truth, he said, I only went on reality TV show with my wife so that we can make money to put it so I can afford Can you guys hear me? See how the devil do me? The moment I start doing some real talk. The moment I do some real talk, you see what I'm saying? The moment I start doing some real talk, let me. The moment we had zero problems with my connection, the moment I start talking about something that the devil don't want me to share with some people, my connection, it has not happened. I haven't had a connection issue for God knows how long. The moment I start talking to you, see, this is why I say sometimes you would serve your purpose, and your purpose will get you in trouble. It's not that you're in trouble because you're doing something wrong. Your purpose is being attacked. You're being attacked because you have purpose in life. God wants to use you, and your enemy don't like you. And I know a lot of people. I mean, I'm into all that stuff. No, you don't have to be, but He's into you. Trust me that. Whether you want to be into Him or not, He's into you. Okay. So let me wrap this up and say this quickly, okay? So long story short, his wife got on his case because she was pissed at the fact that she was the one carrying the weight of having to pay their $1,600 bill, okay? Because he couldn't afford it, okay? Because he was making money. Hold on, let me see. Uh, he was making money off the show, and then he was splurging, and so basically he wasn't doing right, and he ended up losing everything. And so his wife got pissed and said, "You said you was going to trade and make a living off this trade, and here I am. We're struggling. Blah 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 blah." Okay, so he said that's when I really took it serious. I got, I sat there and I really disciplined myself, and I said enough is enough, and that's where the story took off. Okay, um, the truth of the matter is some of you guys are into this thing called opposites attract. As a person who had dealt in the relationship arena for many, many years, I said that one of the worst, absolute worst things that can happen to a couple. Opposites attract. In the beginning of your relationship, and I'm just sharing this with you and I'll let you go. In the beginning, everything is cute because the person is not like you. Okay? They're just not like you. So you find it fascinating in the beginning. But as time goes on, it begins to chip away at your nerves because you want eventually this person to be like you. So you're trying to flip their personality to be like you, but they're not like you. Y'all feel me? They're not you, but you want them to be like you, but they're not you. So now y'all arguing over the things that are opposite, even though in the beginning they were cute. Now they're no longer cute. What does this mean for a Forex trader or a person trading in the markets? Oftentimes, a person who's looking to trade in the markets already have to deal with their own insecurities about their results. But then it makes it worse when you're married or dating somebody who wants security. Because when you're trading in the markets, there is zero security at all. You and I both know that. If you didn't trade it for 2 days, 3 days, you know some trades will work out, some ain't. It's a risk. Every trade is a risk. Every trade. This is why every time you take a trade, you start feeling an adrenaline rush because now you're what the Bible say, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Your heart beats up faster because you're putting your treasure on the line. Your money is on the line. Every trade you take, your money is on the line. Me, it goes so deep that even if I'm in a demo account, I get emotional. I take everything serious when it comes to trading, including the demo account. Because the demo, what I do in demo has to reflect what I can do in live. And if I can't get this demo right, then that means I can't get this live right. And that means I'm behind my goal. So therefore, me, I'm used to a certain level of risk. It is hard to find somebody who is going to be compatible with that, who don't personally take risks, but they're okay with us taking risk. Nancy doesn't take risk herself. She's in a very safe job, but she doesn't mind me taking risk. So we don't argue about it. But some of you guys are with your opposite. So you're a risk taker connected to a security blanket. They need that 9 to 5. They need that check coming in every 2 weeks. Is there anything wrong with either or? Absolutely not. There's a way to settle it out, which in some situations, like what I did, I worked a job while working on my dream so that the bills were being paid, but I had used my extra to go ahead and invest into my dream. And when my dream overshadowed my 9 to 5, then I quit the 9 to 5. And there was no argument there because she clearly seen that I can handle both. Okay. So there's a way to work it out. But the truth of the matter is, some of you guys, you're with your opposite. And so you're trying to push for a dream that they don't believe in because they only see these bills need to be paid. And so you got to come down to negotiating table and do a President Trump and Zelensky and not argue, but just come to a table and say, okay, how can we appease each other to make this thing work so we can get on down the road with this thing? And this is why I tell many of you guys, don't quit your 9 to 5. Go ahead, make sure you pay your bills on time. Make sure that you have some emergency money on the side. And then whatever's left, it's all yours. And therefore, you can use that as seed money to start growing your vision of trading. Therefore, if the trades work out, cool. If they don't, it really don't matter because it's not your 100%, I got to have this. For an example, I was listening to him talking. Like I said, I was just listening. And he said, I got so much responsibility on me that the minimum I have to make to survive at this level now is $5 million a year. Did you hear what I said? Some of you guys, you worried about making your $500, maybe $3,000. Okay. He has to make just to survive with all the businesses and everything else and the responsibilities. He's at the level now, he has to make $5 million a year just to level out. Imagine that pressure. Imagine that. And he said, if my certain businesses don't work out, I still have to come back to the trading table and trade to make up the difference on it. Because the responsibilities, it's a responsibility. I don't care where you get your money from. You could better come up with this money, bro. Type of 45, if this is helping somebody. This is the stuff that nobody ever talks about. You want to talk about trading psychology, it starts with responsibility psychology because you got all this pressure. And this is why some of you guys, this is why you're stressing out over every trade has to work out because your job, you want to quit your job. You want to prove to people this and that. You got this, this, and this. So every trade, you carrying all of this weight into every trade you take. And this is what makes retail traders over leverage on their account. This is why you're over leveraging. And this is why you're using small stop losses, big lots with small stop losses when it should be small lots, larger stop losses. So you ain't getting stopped out unnecessarily. This is exactly why. Because you're carrying all of these things into every trade you take. So it's no longer just a trade. It has to work. Type of 200 if you know I'm talking some truth up in here. You want market psychology? You want trading psychology? This is what it is. What book? Trading in the Zone. Whoever talked about it? Go ahead and read all the books you want to. I guarantee this is what separates Uncle P from everybody else because nobody has the educational level on the human side. They're trying to tell you to calm your nerves and how to level out and be this and that when you're trading, but they don't talk about what is causing that in the first place. Before you even took the trade, you were carrying all this weight to the trading table. And this is why you get emotional over every single trade, and it has to work out because the pressure that has built up in you is so heavy. It has to work. And so you can't afford to lose a trade or else you lose your mind because every trade you lose or every trade that goes in a drawdown is another trade that keeps you from reaching a goal that you want to reach so that you can quit your job, prove to this person this and that, take this, and I can buy me and I'm going to buy me a new car. And you carrying all of this into every single trade. And then you may be connected to somebody who never believes in the first place. Now you're trying to trade just to prove them wrong. So you're carrying that weight in there too. This is a lot of weight you're carrying. And this explains why the retail trader is failing. This explains why every time you try to go out for a prop firm challenge, you keep blowing the account. Why? Because they're not putting time limits on it anymore. Almost every prop firm has gotten rid of time limits. That's not the issue. And so therefore, if I just took my time, chances are, even with a 60% win rate, I could still pass the challenge. It may take me a month or two to pass it, but okay. But what's the problem? I got to pass this now. I need to be profitable with now. To hell with 60% win rate and taking my time. No, Uncle P, I got a 50K account. Can I use 5 lots on every trade? Sure, you could. Is that the wisest thing to do? Absolutely not. But why would you even consider that? You know that's too risky. But why are you even considering? Because you're carrying all this on there and you get all this stress and you can feel it in your body. It's heavy. And thank you, Lord. I'll go ahead and say it. If you're not careful, because you're carrying all this stress into this, somebody out there is dealing with depression. And I'm no preacher. I guarantee I ain't no preacher. Never want to be a preacher. I love God. God loves me. But sometimes He allows me to feel it. Somebody's dealing with depression over trading because I'm talking to you. I wanted to end this class. I got things to do. And I'm sitting here still talking because I can't leave you where you are. Or let me rephrase that. He don't want you left the way you are. Because everything I have been just saying just now, without even knowing that we was going to even talk about this, I just wanted to end the class. I'm ready to go. I'm hot. I'm tired. I'm ready to do some things. In fact, I have some links and hamburger patties and some chicken that I'm going to smoke on the grill. And then I got some runs to make. And he got me sitting here still talking because somebody out there, I'm actually talking to you. I didn't even know it. I was just bumping my gums about what I heard last night. But actually, it's you. You here for a reason because He's trying to show you this is you. Got to say it. When you're under this level of pressure, it's because of one thing. God said, you don't trust me. You don't trust me. And because you don't trust me, you're putting all this weight on these trades. And you're waiting for this trade to be your savior. But I'm your savior. Just trust me. If the trades work out or they don't work out, it don't matter. I got you. I'm your savior. Not these trades. Not Uncle P. I'm here for you. I've gotten you out of many sticky situations, and you still don't trust me. Your spirit is heavy. Let me rephrase that. Your soul is heavy, not your spirit. Your spirit doesn't get heavy. Your soul is heavy. And I see you carrying all this weight. Just turn it over to me. Take a break and listen for my guidance. I don't know who you are. I ain't no preacher man. I ain't no prophet. I ain't no this and that, but I just hear God talking to somebody. Your significant other doesn't trust in you, and you don't trust in God. And this is causing the problem. And so you won't make it in trading until you level out. You should be expecting that every trade is not going to be a winner. It's no different. It's no different from a lotto ticket. You go in there to the liquor store, you get your scratch offs, or you go in there and pick your numbers. You hope you'll win, but you already know there's a probability that you might not, and you're okay with that. So whatever you put on that table and pay for, you're comfortably 100% comfortable. You go to a casino, it's the same thing. You already know that, hey, when I put this money into the slot machine, it may or it may not, and you don't have one problem with it. Because you've already predetermined that it's going to be what it's going to be. But when it comes to trading, every trade has to work because you put so much on it. And God said, take off what you have put on that trading expectation and put it on me and watch what I do. All right. I got to get out of here, you guys. And this camera is bouncing like a basketball. I don't know why it's doing that. Jeez. Okay. Anyway, I don't know where all this came from, but if this was for you, I appreciate you hanging tight and listening to me. If you believe what we're doing is working and helping other and can help other people, just invite them to the class. They don't have to buy anything. I don't really care about buying. If you buy. If you want to subscribe to our service, subscribe to it. That's cool. But if you would just stop by just to, just ask me some questions, the Zoom link is always in the description of my videos. You can just drop on by. You don't have to buy it. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's no big deal. I'm just here for people like Uncle P who struggle. It's normal. We struggle. The struggle, when they said the struggle is real, it really is real. But for some of you guys, you're going through an emotional battle and you haven't said a single word to nobody about the depression that you're in. You haven't said a single word, but God knows you. He knows what you're up against. And he's saying trading is not your outlet. It is a way, but I also have others. Just trust me. I got you. And I love you.